Still water reflects clearly. Welcome, my dear friend. Take a slow, deep breath in and breath out softly. Wherever you are, walking, resting, or sitting quietly, let's take this moment to pause together. Today's reflection is called Still Water Reflects Clearly. It is a simple truth that holds a deep teaching from the Buddha about the nature of our minds, our emotions, and peace. Have you ever looked into a pond or a lake on a winter day? The water ripples, the surface dances, and you can't see your reflection clearly. But when the wind stops, when the water becomes still, the reflection returns. You can see your face, the trees, and even the sky above. Our mind is like that. When it's disturbed by anger, fear, or desire, it becomes cloudy. We can't see things as they truly are. But when we calm the mind, wisdom naturally arises, clearly returns, just like the reflection on still water. The Buddha and Cloudy Lake. Let me share a story from the Buddha's time. Once, a young monk was meditating near a lake in the forest. He was frustrated. No matter how much he tried, his thoughts kept moving. Memories, worries, anger, and desire. So he went to the Buddha and said, "Venerable Sir, my Lord, my mind is never still. It feels like a monkey jumping from branch to branch. How can I ever find peace?" The Buddha smiled gently and said, "Come, let us walk to the lake." When they arrived, the Buddha said, "Stir the water with the stick." The monk did as told. The water became muddy and unclear. Then the Buddha said, "Now wait." After some time, the ripples slowed, the mud settled, and the water became clear again. The Buddha pointed the lake and said, "Do you see my son? When you stop stirring the water, it naturally becomes clear. In the same way, when you stop disturbing your mind with grasping, worry, and resistance, your inner clarity returns itself." In Buddhist teaching, we call this restlessness or uddhacca. One of the 5 hindrances to meditation and peace. When our minds are restless, we lose connection with the present moment. We replay the past, we imagine the futures, we get lost in what if and if only. But the mind's true nature, its pure, natural state, is calm and luminous. The Buddha once said, luminous monk is the mind, but it is defiled by visiting defilements, meaning our true mind is not broken. It just covered by the mud of anger, greed, fear, and ignorance. When we stop stirring those emotions, the luminosity returns. In our daily lives, this teaching is so important. We live in a noisy world, phones ringing, notifications bursting, constant messages, endless scrolling. Even when we are quiet outside, our minds are loud inside. We think, what will happen tomorrow? Did I say the right thing? Will people like me? Why did that person hurt me? And with every thought, we stir the water a little more. No wonder we feel anxious, tired, confused. We are looking for peace in a lake that we ourselves keep shaking. The Buddha teachings of mindfulness, sati, is the art of not stirring the water. It's not about stopping all thoughts. It's about watching them come and go, without reacting, without adding more ripples. When anger arises, you see it. When sadness appears, you breathe with it. When joy comes, you enjoy it fully, but you don't try to make it stay. Mindfulness is not control, it's gentle awareness. It's allowing life to flow while you remain peaceful at the center. If you can, sit comfortably and close your eyes with me. First, take a deep breath in and slowly out. Here, let your shoulders relax. Let your body rest where it is. And now, imagine your mind as a lake. Notice if the water feels stormy or calm. Maybe there are waves. Maybe the surface feels cloudy. It's okay. Don't try to change it. Just notice the leg doesn't fight the wind. It simply waits, and slowly it becomes still on its own. Now let the breath become your anchor. Each inhale is like a soft wave entering the shore. Each exhale is a gentle ripple leaving. As the breath continues, feel your mind settling, your thoughts soaring down, your heart becoming lighter. Soon, you begin to see your reflection, your peace, you're clearly returning. Stay in the stillness for a few moments. Feel the calmness that was always there beneath the noise. The Buddha never said peace was found far away. He said it was already here, within your own stillness. When your mind is calm, you see truth clearly. You respond with wisdom instead of reaction. You hear others with compassion instead of judgment. You move through life gently without creating unnecessary ripples. My beloved friends, remember this. You cannot see your reflection in moving water. Only in stillness does the truth reveal itself. So the next time you feel lost or restless, pause, take a breath, don't fight the storm, let it pass. Trust that your inner lake knows how to return to calm. Still water reflects clearly, and so does a still mind. May you find some moment of stillness today. May your thought settle like calm water. May your heart reflect peace, clarity, and compassion. Until next time, may you be peaceful, may you be present, and may you be free from suffering. Peace. The power of acceptance. Welcome back, my dear listener. It's like the same. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale and slowly exhale. Wherever you are, maybe on your morning walk, sitting under a tree, or lying down before sleep, let's spend this quiet time together. reflecting on something simple but powerful. Today's topic is the power of acceptance. And at the heart of it lies on one of the Buddha's most profound lessons, the parable of the two arrows. My beloved friend, have you ever noticed how sometimes when life hurts, we make it even more painful without realizing it? We go through heartbreak and then blame ourselves for being too weak. We fail an exam and then call ourselves stupid. Someone hurt us and we keep replaying it again and again in our minds. The first pain comes from life. The second pain comes from the mind. The Buddha said, when an ordinary person experiences pain, it's as if they have been struck by two arrows. The first is the physical or emotional pain itself. The second is the mental suffering we add to it. This teaching, the two arrows, is a doorway to understanding the power of acceptance. Once a monk asked the Buddha, why is that some people, when faced with suffering, remain peaceful, while others are consumed by it? The Buddha replied, imagine someone walking through a forest who is struck by an arrow. That is painful. But what if that same person, in anger or fear, takes another arrow and shoots themselves again in the same place? That the second arrow, the suffering created by the mind. He explained that the first arrow is inevitable. We cannot avoid life's pain, aging, sickness, loss, disappointment, but the second arrow, the one we fire ourselves, is optional. It is suffering we create when we resist what has already happened. When we say, this shouldn't be happening to me. Why did life do this? I can't accept this. That resistance, that inner battle, is the second arrow. Acceptance does not mean approval. It doesn't mean we enjoy pain or give up on change. It simply means we stop fighting what already is, because resistance multiplies suffering. Acceptance dissolves it. In Buddhist teachings, acceptance is part of right view, seeing reality clearly without distortion. When we accept something, we are not saying it good or bad. We are simply saying, this is what's here right now. And in that moment, moment, the heart relaxes. We stop firing the second arrow. Let's bring this to daily life. Imagine you are stuck in traffic, late for work. The first arrow is the traffic itself, the situation. But the second arrow, that your inner voice saying, "This is terrible. Why is this happening? I can't stand this." Notice how quickly the suffering grows. Or when someone says something hurtful, the first arrow is their words. The second arrow is your mind, replacing it for days, adding stories, creating anger or self-doubt. And when life changes, when you lose someone you love, or when something you hope for doesn't happen, the first arrow is the loss. The second arrow is the resistance. This shouldn't have happened. I can't let go. When we accept, we stop turning pain into suffering. There is a story in the Samyutta Nikaya where the Buddha himself was approached by a grieving woman whose husband had died suddenly. Through tears, she asked, "Why must this happen? Why did death take him?" The Buddha gently said, "Sister, what has been born will die. What has been gathered will be scattered. What has been built will fall apart. This is the law of all conditioned things." He did not say it to cause sadness, but to remind her that pain is a part of the human path. To resist it is to struggle with the nature of life itself. To accept it is to open the door to wisdom. Now, if you can, just close your eyes for a few moments. Take a slow, deep breath in and out. Think of something that's been bothering you lately. A situation that caused pain, frustration, or worry. See if you can identify the first arrow, the event itself, something that happened outside your control. Now notice if there a second arrow, thoughts or emotion you added to it. Maybe blame, anger, regret, or fear. Take a deep breath and gently say to yourself, "This is how it is right now. I don't need to resist. I can accept what is here." Feel how the body softens when you say that. Feel the tension leaving your shoulder. The storm quiets and peace begins to return. The Buddha teaching on the two arrows is not only about pain, it's also about compassion. When you see others suffering, remember that most of their pain comes from the second arrow. the weight of their own thoughts and fears. So instead of judging, you can offer understanding. You can say, "May you be free from your second arrow." And you can say that to yourself too. Every time you face difficulty, you can pause and whisper, "This is just the first arrow. I don't need to fire the second." That's the moment acceptance begins, and with it, freedom. Acceptance is not weakness. It is courage, the courage to face life as it truly is. When was accept reality? We stop wasting energy fighting the unchangeable. We begin to heal, to see clearly, and to respond with peace instead of pain. The first arrow may hurt, but the second is always in your hands. Choose peace, choose acceptance. May you find the strength to accept what is difficult, the wisdom to see clearly, and the compassion to let go of resistance. May your heart be free, your mind be still, and your life be filled with ease. May you be peaceful, may you be mindful, and may you be free from suffering. Peace. The beauty of imperfection. Welcome, dear listener. Take a moment to settle your breath. Inhale deeply, exhale softly. Wherever you are, walking, resting, or sitting quietly, let's pause for a few moments of reflection together. Today's reflection is called "The Beauty of Imperfection." A gentle reminder that we don't need to be perfect to be worthy of love, peace, or happiness. In a world that celebrates perfection, perfect bodies, perfect careers, perfect lives on social media, we often forget something very simple. Real beauty is found in imperfection. Our scars, our mistakes, our flaws, they are not signs of failure. They are marks of growth. They are proof that we are human, that we've lived, learned, and loved deeply. Sometimes we look at ourselves and say, "I wish I were different. I wish I were better." But what if, instead, we could look at ourselves and say, I am enough just as I am, beautifully imperfect. Let me share a story told in Buddhist traditions, the parable of the cracked water pot. Once upon a time, a water bearer carried two pots, each hanging on the ends of a pole across his shoulders. One pot was perfect. It never leaked a drop. The other had a crack in it. By the time the water bearer reached home, the cracked pot was only half full. For years, this went on. The perfect pot was proud of its achievement, delivering full measures of water every day. But the cracked pot felt ashamed of its flaw, feeling like a failure. One day, the cracked pot said to the water bearer, I am sorry, because of my crack, you do not get full value for your work. The water bearer smiled gently and said, have you noticed the flowers along your side of the path? I planted seeds there because I knew your flower would water them. Every day as we walk, you water those flowers, and now they bring beauty to my home. The cracked pot was silent. It looked down the path, and indeed, it saw the most beautiful line of blooming flowers that only existed because of its imperfection. The Buddha once said, even as a mother protects her only child with her life, so one cultivates boundless love toward all beings. That love, metta, includes ourselves. In Buddhist understanding, there is no need to be perfect, because perfection is a concept of the mind, a comparison, a judgment. Reality, on the other hand, is always changing, always imperfect, always alive. Think about the lotus flowers. It doesn't grow in clean water. It grows from the mud. If you took away the mud, you lose the lotus. In the same way, our mistakes and struggles are not obstacles to grow. They are the soil in which our wisdom blooms. You may have days when you look at yourself and feel not good enough. Maybe you failed an exam, or said something you regret, or you just don't feel beautiful or smart or strong enough. But pause for a moment and remember, the crack pot didn't know it was watering flowers. Sometimes your brokenness is serving a purpose you cannot yet see. Maybe your pain has made you more compassionate. Maybe your struggles have made you understand others more deeply. Maybe the parts you dislike in yourself are the very parts that make you gentle and kind. The Japanese have an art called kintsugi. It means to repair with gold. When a bowl breaks, they don't hide the crack. They fill them with golden lacquer so that the broken lines become beautiful symbols of history, not shame. What if we could look at our lives like that? Every scare, every heartbreak, every disappointment, a golden line making our story more beautiful. In the Dharma Talk, the Buddha said, "By oneself is evil done. By oneself is one default. By oneself is evil left undone. By oneself is one purified." Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. This means the path is personal. We grow not by becoming flawless, but by becoming aware. Awareness is the true gold that repairs our cracks. The Buddha did not teach us to be perfect. He taught us to be awake, to see our imperfection clearly, without judgment, without fear, and to love ourselves with wisdom. If you can find a comfortable place to sit or lie down, close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath in and a gentle breath out. Now bring to mind something in yourself that you've been criticizing lately. A mistake, a weakness, a part of that feels not good enough. See it clearly in your heart and softly say to yourself, "I forgive myself. I am still learning. I am enough." Imagine that part of your glowing with warm golden light, just like kintsugi, gold filling a crack. Let that light spread through your chest, your breath, your whole being. Each imperfection becomes part of your beauty. Each mistake becomes a teacher. Each flaw becomes a path toward compassion. There's a quiet strength in imperfection. When you accept your own cracks, you also become kinder to others, because you realize everyone you meet is carrying their own invisible cracks too. So the next time you feel like you are not enough, remember the cracked pot. Remember the lotus. Remember that perfection isn't the goal. Present is. Awareness is. Love is. Your flaws are not barriers to your light. They are the openings through which your light shines out. May you look at yourself with gentle eyes. May you honor your crack and your scars. May you trust the beauty that lies in your imperfection. You are not broken. You are beautifully human, constantly growing, constantly blooming. Thank you for listening, for reflecting, and for being here. Up next time, may you be peaceful, may you be kind, and may you be free from suffering. Peace. The cup that overflows. Learning to care for yourself before others. Welcome, my dear listener. Can you follow me? Take a deep breath in and inhale slowly. Let yourself soften the body, the breath, the mind. You are here, you are present, and that's enough. Today reflects on a gentle truth that we often forget in our busy, giving lives. You cannot pour from an empty cup. This episode is called The Cup That Overflows, and learning to care for yourself before others. Many of us are kind, compassionate, and loving by nature. We care deeply for our families, our students, our friends, and our communities. We give our time, our enemy, our hearts, often without limit. But sometimes, in the process of giving so much, we forget to refill our own hearts. We end up tired, emotionally drained, and wondering why peace feels so far away. In Buddhism, balance or middle way is the key. Even compassion, when unbalanced, can lead to exhaustion. True compassion includes yourself too. There's a famous story that expresses this beautifully. Once, a learned scholar came to visit a Zen master. He wanted to learn about enlightenment. He spoke endlessly about scriptures, philosophy. His knowledge his questions. The master listened quietly. Then he began to pour tea into the scholar's cup. He poured and poured until the cup overflowed. The scholar cried out, "Stop! The cup is full. It can't hold any more." The master smiled and said, "Just like this cup, you are full of your own ideas. How can I teach you unless you first empty your cup?" This story speaks on two levels. First, it reminds us to stay humble and open, to empty our minds of pride and opinions. Only then can wisdom flow in. But it also teaches us something deeper, that we must refill what we pour out. The cup of your heart, your energy, your kindness needs time to be replenished. You can't give peace to others if your own heart is full of exhaustion. You can't give patience to others if you have no rest. And you can't give love freely if you are running on emptiness. The Buddha taught that compassion without wisdom can lead to suffering. Wisdom reminds us to include ourselves in our circle of care. Think about it for a moment. How often do you say yes when your body and heart are already saying no? How often do you take care of